Jeopardy! Ken Jennings detained with huge cash sum. Jeopardy! Host Ken Jennings is used to seeing players walk away with huge sums of cash on the popular game show. However, the host got into some legal trouble recently over a huge sum of cash of his own. So, what happened with this situation? And how did Jennings end up in hot water? Jeopardy! Ken Jennings is one of the most successful players in history. As longtime Jeopardy! Fans know, Ken Jennings is one of the most successful contestants that the game show has ever seen. As a player, he won a record-setting 74 matches in a row, en route to winning more than $2.5 in cash during that streak. Through other tournaments and games, he amassed more than $4 in total earnings from the franchise, and these days, he is now the host of the popular game show that tests contestants and their brains. Overall, Jennings carved out an impressive career for himself. Game show host detained with a large sum of cash. Based on the latest updates making the rounds, the Jeopardy! Host was caught carrying a large sum of cash. While that may not seem strange at first given his fancy career as the host of the game show, or given his lifetime winnings from the program, Jennings found himself in the hot seat over the circumstances surrounding this huge sum. It turns out, Jennings did not declare over $150K in foreign currency while returning to the United States. According to the law, travelers have to report any cash amount over $10K. As a result, Jennings was detained for 6 hours at the airport. This is never something you want to have happen to you, especially when traveling is already a stressful thing. However, being detained like this is one sure way to add to your stress levels, as Jennings was surely feeling it. Jeopardy! Host in hot water over unreported cash. Ken Jennings flew into lax as he returned from a trip to France. While some may not think that failing to declare more than $10K in cash is a big deal, this situation can lead to serious penalties. First of all, the cash could potentially be confiscated by authorities. In addition, there can also be heavy fines of up to $500K. If that were not enough, it's also possible for people who fail to report this money to face jail time. Ken Jennings is certainly not hurting for cash. Still, this is also not something anyone wants to deal with, especially once they come back from a French vacation. For all the latest Ken Jennings and other Jeopardy! News, come back again to TV show's Ace for more. April 20th, 2025, in a story more outrageous than Final Jeopardy on April Fool's Day, longtime Jeopardy! Host and trivia legend Ken Jennings was detained by TSA agents early Sunday morning at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport after security flagged a carry-on bag containing over $1.4 million in cash, all in crisp, rubber-banded $100 bills. The incident, which began as a routine screening, quickly escalated into what onlookers described as a weird hybrid of Catch Me If You Can and a really bad episode of Celebrity Jeopardy! Jennings, 50, was reportedly calm but annoyed when approached by security officials after the X-ray machine revealed what appeared to be stacks of money concealed in a hollowed-out copy of Roget's Thesaurus. He just looked at the agents and said, "What is probable cause?" recalled one witness, Samantha Riley, who had been behind Jennings in line. "At first, I thought it was a joke, like a publicity stunt. But then he got cuffed and everything got real. A puzzle worthy of a daily double." The big question on everyone's mind: why was Jennings carrying that much money? Federal regulations don't prohibit flying domestically with large sums of cash, but they do permit authorities to investigate the source and intent of such funds. According to a TSA spokesperson, Mr. Jennings was cooperative but could not initially explain the origin of the money in a way that satisfied protocol. Jennings was held for questioning for 4 hours before being released without charges, though the money was reportedly confiscated pending further investigation. His attorney, Mary Lee Tannenbaum, released a brief statement Monday morning. Greater than, Mr. Jennings is not under arrest, nor has he committed any crime. He was traveling for personal reasons and is fully cooperating with the proper authorities. The cash in question is legally acquired. Legally acquired? Social media exploded with theories, some ridiculous, some plausible, all entertaining. #Wattest money laundering trends on Twitter. Within hours of the story breaking, the hashtag #Wattest money laundering trended on Twitter. Some fans speculated the money was prize cash from some top-secret trivia tournament. Others theorized Jennings was on a rogue mission to fund a game show coup. Maybe he's just tired of Jeopardy and planning to start Double Jeopardy, where you lose everything and then keep losing, joked one post. A TikTok user going by @TriviaNation claimed to have overheard Jennings in a Seattle coffee shop last week saying, "It's time to bet it all on a true daily double," while scribbling something furiously in a leather-bound notebook. Unverified sources suggest Jennings had just returned from a private cruise dubbed Trivia Titans, where wealthy game show champions allegedly competed in an elite, invitation-only trivia gauntlet aboard an unmarked yacht in international waters. A satirical piece from The Onion poked fun at the idea, publishing a mock headline, "Ken Jennings wins $1. 4M on Jeopardy at sea. Alex Trebek's ghost officiates." While the cruise story remains unconfirmed, flight manifests reveal Jennings had recently flown from Aruba, raising further questions about what he was doing there and who he was with. The Jennings enigma. Ken Jennings, who holds the record for the longest winning streak in Jeopardy, history's 74 games, and has been a staple of the show's legacy since 2004, has always maintained a squeaky clean image. He's known for his wit, humility, and obsessive love of obscure knowledge. But even his most devoted fans admit the incident feels off. "Ken doesn't strike me as the type to get mixed up in anything shady," said former Jeopardy contestant Layla Harrison. But then again, none of us knew he could walk through an airport with over $1 million in his backpack either. TMZ reported that Jennings had recently turned down a multi-million-dollar deal to host a Netflix trivia show rumored to be too flashy and morally dubious. Could the cash be an under-the-table bonus for another secretive project? Adding fuel to the mystery. Earlier this week, Jennings was spotted dining with eccentric tech billionaire Lincoln Rowe, known for investing in strange ventures, including an underground AI versus human trivia deathmatch prototype. Jennings responds sort of. In a cryptic tweet late Sunday night, Jennings finally broke his silence. Greater than, sometimes life gives you a final Jeopardy you didn't see coming. I'll take mildly embarrassing travel mishaps for $200. #Knockroom estimated #relax everyone. Fans were split. Some found the response charming, others evasive. But if there's one thing Jennings has always been good at, it's keeping the audience guessing. What's next? The FBI confirmed Monday they are not currently pursuing criminal charges, and that Jennings is not the subject of an active investigation. However, the cash is still being held as part of a routine verification process. In the meantime, Jeopardy! Producers have confirmed that Jennings will continue hosting duties as planned, noting in a statement, "Greater than Ken is a vital part of the Jeopardy family. We trust him implicitly, and this incident will not affect upcoming tapings or broadcasts." The real mystery might not be the money itself, but what this moment reveals about America's favorite trivia icon. Is he just an innocent genius caught up in bureaucratic red tape, or is there a secret side to Ken Jennings we never saw coming? Either way, fans will be watching and guessing. Would you like this turned into a mock news graphic or formatted as a satire site article?